What if you have a spouse that maybe doesn't really isn't familiar with their financial picture at all? Maybe they're in a relationship where it's very controlling. I'm sure you've seen this, and the spouse just is like a lamb to slaughter almost, and you're like stepping in there and you're going, um, eh, it's hard to be, well, you're definitely not impartial, but how do you help somebody navigate through those kinds of waters where they don't even know where their money is? They don't know how much money they have. They don't know what, what is going on. How do you help navigate that really very personal kind of, but it's personal and financial?
Yeah, I mean, I guess one of the advantages we have in attempting to do that is that both sides are required in a divorce case to provide, disclosures for the finances. Each state calls it something slightly different. In Utah, we call it a financial declaration, and it also has certain required documents that have to be filed. So even if my client doesn't have access to those or know those, we know that within the first very short time frame, in Utah, it's within 14 days of an answer being filed, all of that has to be provided. So even if my client didn't have it, the other side's having to give it. Now I can receive all of that information, and then we can go through it with our client to say, okay, you didn't know what it was, but here's what we have. We have these accounts, we have these retirements, we have these debts. Here's what the income is for the other side. Here is the landscape of what we're looking at. Now let's start going over what this could look like in the ultimate division that's going to happen. Here's what the possibilities are. And in Utah as well, in any contested divorce case, you're required to do mediation. And so mediation is a wonderful opportunity for us to have already received those disclosures, then go through again with our client to say, okay, what is the ideal outcome in this mediation? What is it that you'd like? What are the things that are important to you when it comes to these finances? And how could this division work? What could it look like? We utilize a spreadsheet to lay out all of the debts and assets, and to make sure we understand with the client exactly where they might be going and how that's going to impact them and what they're doing. For really complicated cases, I've brought in other professionals like a forensic accountant or a financial planner that can help them plan out on which resources they should be taking. Because we've represented all sorts of people. We've represented, biotech CEOs to uh, people that are professional athletes, to other folks that have a lot of really complicated finances. And so sometimes it takes a forensic accountant to give that same kind of breakdown, because they are so complicated sometimes.
So is Utah a community property state?
We are not community property. No, it's equitable division, is the way that we call it. Though in practical application, a lot of times it comes out to be the same as community property might. But there are some nuances and differences of equitable division versus community property.